Hello everyone, it's Kim from the Wildwood here. I'm out here in the evening because this has been the coolest part of the day, and I'm just having a nice little beer before feed time for the ponies. I've got Bam Bam with me. She's staking out one of the new raised beds because apparently cardboard's the best place to sleep, and I'll show you what we've been up to today. Oops, that was a hole I just fell down. Bo's seen me, he thinks it's tea time. Well, it is. So I bought myself a spray so that I can cover some of the plants with organic pesticides. So I'm going to mix up a very dilute solution of neem oil and water because it will repel various bugs that have started attacking some of my leaf plants. So here I've got some wood that I picked up from Bricocash, free, because they're offcuts and they just throw them in the bin, and so they said I could take those. And here I've got some split posts which will be the sides for some more raised beds, and ta-da! I have a polytunnel. I am so happy to have a polytunnel. It's just we got this one in a clear out sale because it's end of season and maybe people aren't really doing much in their gardens through the autumn, but since watching Jess's vlog on Roots and Refuge, which I can highly recommend, please pop along and visit her, she's made lots of suggestions for autumn planting, planting vegetables that have a very short growing season. So I'm going to give that a go this year and get the polytunnel up. I think I'm probably going to put it in this space here, somewhere around this area, because it gets enough shade when it's very, very hot, but will maintain its heat to encourage lots of growth. So there's my beer waiting for me on my raised bed. This was the newest bed. It's got some last minute salads, coriander and parsley at the bottom there, and I think these are probably going to be cornichon cucumbers, I would actually think they're planted too close together, but it was a chuck it in and see. I think these are cucumbers from the shape of their leaves. These are looking a little bit more like maybe a squash, because I had a mad panic and threw lots and lots of seeds in pots and didn't write down what was what, so that was silly. This is my salad bed now. It's finally started to pick up. I've been putting down sawdust to try and deter the slugs, and coffee grinds. Now this bed has survived. Really happy with this one. This one, not so much. Dexter's been playing in it. And down here, I put eggshells around my basil plants, and the slugs were all clustered around the eggshells, having a midnight feast last night, so I dispatched them. Now look, and you see, those are my chili peppers. Very, very excited. I have a whole row of chili peppers, and my basil is wonderful. We've been picking that every other day. We've been taking pickings from the basil, and that's just lovely to have fresh basil every day. My beans, there are lots of different beans here. Some are climbing, some are French dwarf bush beans, which are down there. They had a late start, they struggled in the intense heat, but they're actually flowering now, so we will get some late pickings of beans. The tomatoes are much better now, thanks to some YouTube videos on how to prune out your tomatoes. And there you go, some nice plums. It seems that the ones that germinated and grew the best were the plum tomatoes. A lot of others, not so much. These are cherry tomatoes, and they've just started to flower now, and more peppers there. They look like they're the small chili peppers again. So I'm finding out which varieties have thrived and which ones haven't bothered. Now this is my first plum tomato. Looks like it might be getting, I don't know, it might get some blight, I'm not sure. I need to keep an eye on it, because if it is, I've got to whip it out and burn it. But my squash, as it turned out, not spaghetti squash. They are good old French potiron. So I put 2 lots of squash seeds in this bed, the spaghetti squash and the potiron, which were seeds that were given to me by my French neighbour back in England, and the spaghetti squash obviously got gobbled up by slugs, and the potiron are resistant to most things, and I'm so happy with those. Now, Beau's come down for tea, followed by Merlin, so I'm going to mix up some feeds and get on with my evening routine. Thank you for watching. Bye.